Explore Hermanus, tides, trails, and tastes. Beautiful Hermanus. It is a town that has a pleasant habit of getting under your skin in the most meaningful and irresistible of ways. Hermanus is as popular with the locals who love to spend a weekend here, soaking up that laid-back coastal vibe in summer, or curling up by a fire, listening to the wind roaring in winter, as it is with international travelers who leave understanding why this spot has been lauded as one of the most desirable places to live in South Africa. Just about a 2-hour drive from Cape Town, this Western Cape destination has mastered the art of balance. It'll give you ocean and mountain, salt and soil, wine, and so much wonder. For those planning a Western Cape holiday, Hermanus will give you the time and space to unwind and restore your senses. And it will allow you to simply take in every moment so that it becomes ingrained in your soul and a part of your favorite travel memories. Before you read our guide to one of South Africa's most idyllic places, take a visual trip through Hermanus and all of the best destinations and lesser-known spots that have made this small town beloved by local and international guests. Destination highlights. Hermanus itself is usually what travelers will come to see. The town has racked up various other accolades over the years, most culinary and wine-related, and it is probably best known for being one of the best places in South Africa to see the southern right whale. Home to a population of around 87,000 people, Hermanus is considered to be one of the smaller towns in South Africa, with much of its population being seasonal rather than permanent residents. Aside from the town and its spectacular coastal views, when you're visiting Hermanus for your Cape holiday, there are a few other destinations worth visiting. The Cliff Path. Breathe in the ocean air. Stretching for more than 10 kilometers, the Cliff Path is a scenic trail, well known for giving walkers some of the best land-based whale watching. The trail hugs the shoreline, weaving between sculpted benches, wild fynbos, and a few eclectic art installations that form the town's open-air sculpture garden, its works framing the sea like moving art. Early mornings bring stillness, and afternoons, the distant call of whales. It's a walk you'll want to take your time with. Recommended activities. Dash stroll the full stretch from Grotto Beach to the New Harbor. Stop for coffee and people watching at the Marine Drive cafes. Dash visit the outdoor art installations along the path. Dash go whale watching if you are visiting between August and September. Hemel-en-Aarde Valley. Indulge in some of South Africa's best wines. Heaven and earth, the name says it all. The Hemel-en-Aarde Valley is where you'll see old vineyards that roll across the valley, tall mountains and a patchwork of farmland. Hemel-en-Aarde is Hermanus wine country, and it is home to family-owned boutique estates and some of South Africa's finest Chardonnays and Pinot Noirs. The best way to spend time here is to spend a whole day moving between vineyards, tasting your way through the valley. If you're an ardent enophile or a foodie, you'll love visiting Creation Wines, Bouchard Finlayson Winery, Ataraxia Wines, Hamilton Russell Vineyards, La Vierge, and Bosman Hermanus. Not only are these wine farms a great place to learn about the ancient technique of winemaking, but they also have places to dine, stunning scenery, and a few other things to keep you entertained. Recommended activities. Wine tastings at award-winning vineyards. Lunch at Spookfontein with panoramic valley views. Visit an art gallery or ceramic studio along the wine route. A guided wine and food pairing experience. The Windsor Hotel. Wake up to the sounds of the sea. Perched right on the edge of the cliffs, the Windsor Hotel is a Hermanus landmark. It is elegant yet unpretentious, with sea spray on its windows and comfortable, sophisticated furnishings throughout. When you stay at the Windsor Hotel, you can fall asleep to the ocean's hush and wake to waves curling below your window. Mornings here start with a slow breakfast and a long gaze across Walker Bay, where you'll often spot whales surfacing and greeting during the right season. Recommended activities. Enjoy a glass of local Pinot Noir as the sun dips. Watch whales from your room's balcony during the season. Take a morning walk straight from the hotel to the cliff path. Explore the nearby markets and galleries in town. Hermanus Market. Just the place to mingle like a local. Small-town South Africa is all about the community, and no place quite does it like Hermanus and its buzzing Saturday morning country market. It's a gathering of locals, farmers, and artisans, all with something delicious, handmade, or heart-filled to share. Walking around the market, you'll find fresh pastries, organic cheeses, fragrant coffee, and a wide variety of unique handmade keepsakes. The market hums with live music, friendly chatter, and that unmistakable sense of community that makes Hermanus so special. Recommended activities: dash sample local cheeses and olives from family farms. Dash browse handmade crafts and coastal-inspired jewelry. Dash chat to local artists about their work. Dash sip fresh-pressed juices under the oak trees. Sir Lowry's Pass. Take to the long winding road through the mountains. Driving into or out of Hermanus, you'll be traveling on Sir Lowry's Pass, a stretch of mountain road that feels like the world is opening up beneath you. The pass was built between 1828 and 1830, and before that, those moving through the area needed a team of oxen to pull their wagons over the mountain. Today, you can still see the grooves in the rock made by the iron wheels of the ox carts. And like all good, misty mountain passes, there are rumors of ghosts and phantom sightings, which can be easy to believe when the weather turns bad. For the best views, you can head back here mid-morning when paragliders dot the sky and the valley stretches out before you like the scene from a painting. It's an experience that feels weightless and freeing. Recommended activities: dash watch paragliders take flight over the pass. Dash capture panoramic photos of the valley below. Stop for a picnic at the lookout point. Visit nearby farm stalls for homemade treats. 5 fun things to do in Hermanus. Hermanus knows how to keep you busy and in the best possible way. With its oceanfront paths, creative atmosphere, and relaxed cafe culture, you can slow down and savor the good life. Hermanus might not be the biggest town, but there's plenty to keep you busy. While visiting the town, you can wander through the town's art galleries and sculpture gardens. Much like many other towns along the Western Cape's southern coast, Hermanus has a big art scene. The town has 18 art galleries showing off ceramics, sculptures, paintings, photography, and jewelry. On the first Friday of the month, art galleries in central Hermanus stay open until 8 p.m. There is also sculpture on the cliffs, an exhibit that is part of the Fynarts Festival. Sample small batch gin and locally roasted coffee at the harbor. Craft culture is a big deal in Hermanus. Coffee spots like Micro and Tulip Coffee Roasting specialize in small batch coffee bean roasting. If you are not a coffee snob, you can always visit one of the many coffee shops to try out the homemade cakes and pastries. No one makes great food and coffee quite like a locally owned cafe. The town is also known for its flavor-rich small batch gin. You can head to Misty Mountain's wine estate for a sample. Join a guided kayak tour for a close-up view of the coastline. Views from the shore are magnificent, but getting up closer to the coastline will give you a whole new perspective. There are various kayak options available, so do your research to find the right one for you. Visit the Old Harbor Museum for a look at maritime history. Hermanus might not have a maritime pass like Simonstown, its neighbor a few kilometers away, but a visit to the Old Harbor Museum will be well worth your time if you have an interest in such history. Spend a lazy afternoon at Grotto Beach, one of South Africa's Blue Flag beaches. After a couple of days spent on the move, giving yourself a lazy afternoon at the beach is a great way to wind down a fantastic holiday. Watching whales. Hermanus is one of the world's best land-based whale-watching destinations, and sightings of the southern right whales peak from June to November, South Africa's winter and spring months. During these months, the whales arrive to mate and calve in the calm, protected waters of Walker Bay. Pregnant whales will also arrive during this time, although they are generally the last to appear. The mothers give birth to their calves here, and once the calves can swim in the Atlantic current, they leave, usually long after the other whales have headed back to the deeper waters. Along with spotting whales, you'll also get to see pods of dolphins, African penguins, and Cape fur seals. Hermanus has it all: great markets, delectable wines, a thriving art culture, and a peaceful atmosphere that invites you to sit back and enjoy the sights and sounds of the ocean. The ideal way to experience it all is to book a guided Hermanus tour, one that will ensure you visit all the best attractions, stay in the finest accommodation, and still have plenty of time to put your feet up. And we have just the tour for you.